Hello and welcome back everyone, we Weeb Online, and today I'm gonna continue the story What If Naruto Had Infinite Abilities Part 4. This will be the last part, so please like the video and subscribe to my channel and turn that bell notification on so you never miss an upload. Now wasting no more time, let's begin.
White room. Now we find the game master sitting on a white couch looking at a television screen with a disturbed look. After 2 hours of staring, he shakily raised a white gun to his temple and pulled the trigger. Krek, Izanami. Rebuke began with a disturbed tone of voice. Tell me, did I just see what I think I did? Well, master, you just let Naruto gain the strongest character in the game as an ally ... if that's what you're asking. That crazy son of a bitch, Rebuke said in monotone before yelling in joy. Fucking perfect. I'd never expect anything less from my first general. And judging by how far he's gotten, I can tell that soon he will finish his game so that then I can test him personally. Rebuke said the last part with a smirk before sighing contently. This day couldn't get any better. Actually, master, our second project has been completed. I can now convert the chakra energy needed to perform the life as a game technique into Ryoryoku, Izanami said to her summoner, who looked like a kid in a candy store at the moment. Perfect, Rebuke said before switching to channel 2 on the screen. Now Rebuke could see a orange-haired boy take a katana through the stomach courtesy of a petite black-haired girl. Suddenly Rebuke paused the screen and turned towards his white-haired summon assistant. Is it alright to assume? Rebuke began as Izanami nodded her head. Zenjutsu has agreed to learn the technique, so I suggest we go teach him as soon as possible, Izanami said as Rebuke nodded his head in understanding. Let's go now. I trust Naruto can finish the rest of the game considering how well he's done. Set the computer to look over his game for now. Now we have to get our second general's world ready for what's about to go down. And with that, the game master disappeared via Izanami to go prepare for the coming of the next general. On the way back to Konohagakure. So Riku, how do we know you really are who you claim to be? Sekira asked as she still couldn't quite picture the god of all shinobi walking next to her as reality. The sage tilted her head before jumping on top of a nearby river and looking back up at her. So you are water walking. Anybody can do that. Sekira began as the sage smirked. That is true, young one, but I'm not using chakra. Sekira just gasped while everyone else just stared wide-eyed. I'm not even going to ask, Sekira said while shaking her head. Hey Naruto, how much longer till we reach? Sekira stopped as she noticed them walking by some very familiar buildings. How? It was taking too long, so I just teleported to where we needed to go, Riku said while walking past a gaping Pinkette. But how do you even know what Konoha looks like? Sekira asked in awe. I just read your mind when you looked at me, Riku said while Sasuke was thanking every god she could think of, even Riku, that the overpowered sage didn't read her mind. There were a lot of things she was planning on doing to Riku, consequences be damned. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Sasuke was prepared to die for a chance to take Riku to bed. Sasuke, simmer down, we need to tell Tsunade-chan to go make plans for a cage summit. We need to discuss the future of the clan going back to Uzugakure and remaking the village, Naruto said as they continued their trek towards the Hokage Tower. Are you an idiot, Naruto? I know you didn't forget about Danzo. Do you think he would just let you guys leave? It was hard for me to even get to go with you guys on the mission to Suna, Sekira began while shaking her head. As soon as Tsunade announced that I was the best medic in Konoha, they wouldn't let me be anywhere near Gaara, because they think I'm going to defect to Suna for him. Which you would. I know. I read your mind, Riku began. Not now, god damn it. Damn what? Riku asked innocently. Arggh, Sekira shrieked while grabbing her head. Sekira, stop screaming, Tsunade demanded as Sekira looked at her with a shocked expression. What the hell? Where did you come from? Sekira stopped herself as she looked around the Hokage's office in morbid fascination. Before she could even ask how they got there, she noticed Riku looking at her, obviously stifling her laughter, with absolute mirth in her eyes. Sekira just sat down in the nearest corner and wept silently. Is she going to be alright? Tsunade asked in concern. She'll get used to it ... they all do ... or else, Riku said while looking at Sekira with narrowed purple eyes. Sekira just wept louder. Okay, and who are you? Tsunade asked the strange ninja in front of her. I believe you refer to me as the Rakudo Sennin. Tsunade just raised an eyebrow while turning toward Naruto. She's serious. She really is the sage of 6 paths, Naruto said in complete seriousness as Tsunade just gaped at him. She's also our newest clan member, Naruto said in happiness. Tsunade just gaped some more. Mind fucks aside, Naruto, Sekira had a good point. How are we going to get past Danzo and the elders overruling Tsunade? Sasuke asked as Naruto smirked. Sasuke got pale. Well, you see, I was worried about that too, so I had Madara and Naruto go convince him to join our side, Naruto began. Sasuke paled some more. How could you convince him? What could you have possibly offered him? Tsunade asked as Madara entered the room with Danzo. Konoha, Danzo said while putting his hands in a ram seal. Tsunade just looked at Naruto with a glare that demanded answers. Calm down, let Madara explain, as I am sure this means that the mission I sent her and Naruto on succeeded. Well, this is what happened. Madara began. Flashback 4 hours root headquarters. So, Madara, or should I say Madara-chan, Danzo sneered at the legendary Raven. What could I do for you today? You could give me Shisui's eye, Madara asked as she tilted her head to the left, causing her bangs to reveal her Rinnegan in her left eye while her Sharingan eye spun slowly. Danzo took a step back before smirking and pulled the bandages off of his face, revealing his right Sharingan eye. Well then, let's see if you are as strong as the legends of RGGG, Danzo screamed while clutching his bleeding right socket. He looked up and noticed a pigtailed girl, who looked like she was set on a golden flame. Putting the eye in a jar and toss it to a smirking Madara. Light speed movement kicks ass, Titebane, Naruto giggled while powering down. Yes it does, Madara said before turning toward a fuming Danzo. You'll pay for what you have done. Root, Danzo yelled for his not-so-secret army. Dealt with them before I came into the room, Naruto said as Danzo went pale. Hyuga clan house. Hinata-sama, there are hundreds of unconscious ANBU in our backyard, Neji yelled to Hinata. Hinata just sighed and followed her cousin to the backyard to find hundreds of NBU lying on the ground without moving. Looking at the nearest body, Hinata saw a note. Hey, I just thought that as a sign of a good relationship between our clans that you may want more servants. Hurry up and put the seal on them before they wake up. Titebane, Naruto. At the end of the note, Hinata could see a crudely drawn Naruto, which must have been colored with crayon. Shaking her head at the lack of artistic skill, she turned to her clan. Get to sealing them, everybody gets their own slave, Hinata said as her clan roared. Yes, Hinata-sama. Root headquarters. If you think I'm going to go down without a fight, you better think again, Danzo roared as he ripped the bandages off his right arm. About 3 hours and 9 Izanagas later, Danzo was growing tired and weak. Seeing this, Madara placed a genjutsu on him, making him think that Naruto killed him again. Acting on impulse, he began to activate Izanagi just as Naruto flashed in front of him. Using her superior speed, she put her hands into a seal and hinged into her world's Danzo just as Danzo activated his jutsu. Taken by surprise, he couldn't help but think of the female him instead of returning to life, causing him to change into his female counterpart. Seeing her chance, Naruto raised her hand. Snap. Danzo, age mod 17. Snap. Poof. Danzo could only look on in horror at his, or should we say her, new body. She tried to dispel what must have been a genjutsu, but sadly nothing happened. Mission complete, Madara-chan, Naruto said while beaming at the woman she now considered a sister. Well done, Naruto, and welcome to the clan, Danzo-chan, Madara said with a smirk as Danzo grew paler. I won't accept this. Do you hear me? Danzo shrieked at the two as Madara shook her head in annoyance. Geez, settle down. When was the last time you've been late anyway? Madara asked as Naruto had to control herself from laughing at the irony of that statement. Never. That is something you do when you are married, which I'm obviously not, Danzo said as if she were talking to 2-year-olds. Naruto just gaped before shaking her head sadly. Seriously, again, this is getting annoying. I'm tired of dealing with you old people that haven't gotten laid ever, Naruto said with a groan while ignoring the glare that Madara was giving her. Naruto just took off her orange jacket and snapped her fingers. BGM, Marvin Gaye, let's get it on. What's that? Danzo asked in confusion as Madara walked forward. Coffee making music. Let's get this over with. After all, can't have you trying to kill Naruto-kun when he tries to take you somewhere nice, Madara said with a sigh. End flashback. Kai, Danzo yelled as he released the genjutsu, revealing a young brunette that was about 5 feet 7 inches with shoulder-length black hair and black eyes. The silence was deafening until Tsunade finally spoke up. You know what? Fuck it. Naruto, do whatever you want, I could care less now, Tsunade said before grabbing a bottle of sake and drinking from it. Anything to say, Sasuke? This is normally the time you begin screaming at me, Naruto asked with a raised eyebrow. Sasuke just looked at him before shaking her head. You know, I don't even care anymore. Maybe I will once my mind recovers from that mind fuck, but right now I could care less about anything. In fact, Sasuke began while grabbing Riku's hand, if you are going to recruit more people, why should I give a fuck? You are the only male I like, but that has nothing to do with women. Come on, Riku, I'm going to teach you something interesting you can do with a ramen bowl. Sasuke finished her rant while dragging a confused overpowered sage with her. Before she left, she turned towards a wide-eyed Naruto. By the way, Naruto, you can join us when you want. I'm going to need a chakra donor as I plan on using at least 15 Tsukiyomis. And with that, Sasuke left the room, leaving behind a gaping Naruto. Holy shit, that's like 45 days of non-stop sex, hell yeah. Naruto yelled before stopping. Naruto looked at the ceiling in annoyance. Damn it, Rebuke, you are cock blocking me, hurry your ass up. Boom, holy shit, quit spamming Getsugi, you old fart. You agreed to learn the tech, so stop bitching. That was before I found out there was a chance I could be turned into a chick. Damn it, Izanami, why did you tell him that? Sorry, master. Boom. Listen, that will only happen if Ichigo decides to do it. It's completely up to him how he uses the action replay ability. He's 15. You can't trust his hormones. Boom. Son of a bitch, my stash. That's it, I'm ending this. Crack. Izanami, debilitate that motherfucker. Yes, master. Pop. What? Why am I so weak right now? Bam. Thud. Master, did you have to pistol whip him that hard? Pant, when he comes to, he'll forget everything about what you said. Now where was I? Naruto was just looking at the ceiling in utter disbelief. Platinum trophy acquired. Mindfuck master. Characters unlocked. Femdanzo. Items unlocked. Shisui I 1 of 2. That reminds me, I have to go get my spoils from the save point. I haven't used it in years. Naruto ran towards the blue scroll in the corner of the room and activated it. Ryu. Plus 9,999,999,999. Items, Shisui I 2 of 2. Secret hidden item, white headband. That's it. Naruto, though in disbelief, suddenly inside of him Akane yawned. What did I miss? Naruto just rolled his eyes before smirking. Time to troll. Oh, nothing. And just about to fuck your mom, that's all. Naruto laughed loudly when he heard the cursing and coughing Akane was doing. At the cage summit. I'm sorry, but why the fuck are we here? The Raikage asked, honestly confused as hell as Naruto shook his head sadly. Honestly, I don't know, Naruto said with a sad expression. But you made the meeting arrangements, Hokage-sama. Mifune reminded Naruto, who developed a dangerous twitch under his right eye. Flashback. I'm sorry, I thought I had something batshit insane in my ear, Naruto said with a deadpan expression as he looked at his wife, who just chugged another bottle of sake. Long story short, you're overpowered and a great strategist, so you are Rokuden, congrats, Tsunade said as Naruto gaped at her. Bullshit. I said we were going to remake UZU, Naruto yelled as Tsunade yawned. And we will ... as Uzumaki property, but it's going to become a part of Kano Hagakure, Tsunade said as she began to walk away. Don't you walk away from me. This discussion isn't over, Naruto yelled as Tsunade raised an eyebrow. Oh really? I'm pretty sure that the fact that when we went to the future and fought your son in KONOHA kind of means I win this one, Tsunade said as if she were talking to a 5-year-old. Platinum trophy unlocked. A Hokage's will. Unlocked player must. Shut the fuck up, Rebuke, I don't wanna hear it, Naruto said despondently. Boo. No buts. At least take the damn Hokage Naruto costume. Holy fuck, I'm just trying to help. Sorry about that, but I am just not in the mood, Naruto said as the GM sighed. Don't worry, I'm used to it, you always were like then when we were Kai. Never mind, said too much. Wah. Forget about it. Boo. Forget about it, or so help me I will reset the game. Okay, damn, Naruto said before turning to his wife again. By the way, Tsunade, where the hell is the perverted old toad at? Oh, he was complaining about not getting to go to AIM, so I locked him in a closest. Is he going to be okay? It's been a week. Now last time I checked he was singing about a time he slept with a daimyo's wife. But how long can one person sing about one thing? Outside the broom closet, groups of jounin were staring at the closet in awe. BGM, R. Kelly, trapped in a closet instrumental. He looks at the closet. I pull out my shuriken. He walks up to the closet. He's close up to the closet. Now he's at the closet. Now he's opening the closet. Oh, what happens next? One jounin whispered excitedly. SHH, it's starting. BGM, end. With Naruto and Tsunade. I have a bad feeling, Naruto began before shaking his head. He turned to look at his wife with a confused as fuck expression. Wait, shouldn't a Sannin level ninja be able to get out of a closet? I locked the door, remember, Tsunade answered as Naruto went pale at the mention of a ninja's worst nightmare. A locked door. Log, help us, you bitch, Naruto muttered. Flashback end. Anyway, we are waiting on a homicidal maniac so that we can stop his evil plan, Naruto said with a shrug before a thought hit him. He looked at the Mizukage with a smirk. Hey, how about you and I make a more permanent union with our villages, Seriously, Naruto, are you really doing this now? Sasuke asked with an eye twitch as Naruto looked at her scandalized. Oh my god, Sasuke, I don't see you talking to Sakura about what she's doing, Naruto said while pointing to his medic, who was playing a round of tonsil hockey with the Kazekage. Sasuke looked at Sakura in surprise before turning back to Naruto. She was going to apologize before he spoke again. And what about you? You have 3 redheads clinging to you as we speak, Naruto said while pointing to Amaru, Riku, and Karui. Flashback on the trip to the summit. The party consisting of Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, Riku, and Amaru were on their way to the Land of Iron before they came across the Raikage group. Holy shit, so that's where the diversity was hiding, Naruto said a little too loudly as Sasuke facepalmed. What's that supposed to mean? The Raikage asked annoyed. Naruto just scratched his head sheepishly while smiling at Raikage. Hey, don't worry bro, I'm cool. Better be. The GM spoke, scaring the fuck out of the Kumonin. Anyway, we might as well walk together in case any of our village's enemies try to attack us, Naruto said while taking out a scroll. And as a show of goodwill, I'll give you the legendary sword Samehada to give to your brother. The Raikage could only look on in awe as he was handed the scroll. This new Hokage may not be so bad after all. Wonder why he called this meeting. Oh, and dude, you might want to get that kid 2 new teammates after this is over, Naruto said seriously as the Raikage quirked an eyebrow. And why is that? Well, one, Naruto began while pointing to a confused Samui, by the end of this meeting she is not going to ever want to leave me, and 2. Naruto finished while pointing toward where Sasuke and Karui were. Normally the Raikage couldn't be easily surprised. Angered yes, but surprised no. However, when the powerful man looked at one of his brother's students, he couldn't help but gape. After all, it's not every day one of your trusted soldiers begins to make out with a soldier from another country. A country that barely trusts your country after it attempted an act of war on them. In front of the leaders of both countries. What? That was Sasuke, who was gapping at her longtime friend. Thump, and that was Amoy, whose head had just fried. Karui, my brother told me about her fetish for black-haired women, but I thought he was just blowing things out of proportion. Sorry, don't worry about it. After all, my wife, as you can clearly see right now, can't control herself when it comes to redheads, Naruto said despondently. Sorry Naruto ... it's kind of my fault. It seems that when we did number 34 of things that should not be done with a ramen bowl 2 days ago, Sasuke lost any sense of morality, Riku said with a sad voice as Naruto's eyes glazed over. Things that should not be done indeed. Baby, you got it going on, Sasuke said as Naruto had to briefly wonder if Sasuke was Jiraiya in a henge. Squeal Sasuke-sama not there. Nah, Jiraiya doesn't get that much action. Naruto silently agreed with himself. What followed was the most awkward walk to a diplomatic meeting ever. Flashback end. Hey, young ninjas these days have no sense of honor, the Tsuchikage said in annoyance. My dad nearly kicked your country's ass single-handedly, and I can do it. Do you really want to start something with me? Naruto said with an eye roll as Onoki fumed. Your dad is a coward. My dad is a pro, you noob, Naruto said while chuckling. Who do you think you are, brat? Your future grandson-in-law, if how Kuretsuchi keeps looking at me means anything, Naruto said offhandedly as said Kunoichi blushed. ARGG, Onoki screamed while banging his head on the table. And 3.2.1 Naruto counted down as Zetsu popped his head in through the table. Madara is somewhere in the building, Zetsu began before he found a flaming black blade through his stomach. Everyone turned to a smiling Sasuke. I was worried I wouldn't get to do this after I decided to stay in Konoha. Naruto just shook his head at his wife. Platinum trophy, Death of the White Rapists, unlocked. Party HP regeneration, plus 4% per second. Alright, now all we gotta do is wait for the masked idiot to show his face, Naruto said with a cheer as the other cages looked at him in confusion. Top, well, what do we have here? Madara asked as he appeared in the room. Nothing you need to worry about, just explain why you have people stalking me already, Naruto said while shaking his head. Madara just huffed in annoyance before beginning. One explanation later, and then he'll cast a Jinjutsu on the world. Objection, Riku yelled, scaring the fuck out the room. BGM, Phoenix Wright, cornered. Everything you've just said is complete and utter bullshit. Riku began confusing Madara. What do you mean? And how the fuck did you get those eyes? Madara asked, honestly shocked for once in his life. 1. Since the death of Zetsu you have no army. What you have is a terrorist group that will fail. Riku began ignoring Madara. Well, once I have the Rinnegan. 2. Nagato is on our side, you have no Rinnegan. Riku continued. Somewhere during this she had hinged into a blue lawyer suit with a red tie. Airbut. 3. You told everyone your plan, putting them on guard and expecting you. Riku was now standing on the table pointing at Madara. How about if I? 4. Evidence shows that anyone with fully developed coils will blow up once sealing a tailed beast. EXPECIALLY the Jubai. Now wait just a damn minute. OVERULLED. Naruto screamed as Riku flashed Madara her most epic troll face. 5. The moon is too fucking far away for you to do anything with it. At this point, Madara's mask had somehow developed the ability to sweat heavily. And 6. A witness known as none other than Itachi Uchiha has claimed you are no more than a shell of your former self, so there is no way you could control the Jubai. Madara was now pressed against the wall, trembling. Riku smirked at this and turned to her husband. Your Honor. Well, jury. At this point, all of the ninjas in the room had been caught in the moment and simultaneously screamed. Guilty. Madara Uchiha, I sentence you to death by Baijudama. Any last words? Naruto asked while tilting his head. Who is she? Madara screamed. Me. I'm the Rikudo Senin bitch, Riku said while flashing her best troll face, which was so epic Madara forgot he could mold chakra. Madara had screamed, finally losing his sanity. You haven't seen the last of me. Crash. And with that, Madara jumped out of the nearest window while laughing on his fall down. BGM and so what now? Sasuke couldn't help but ask. Now we wait for him to come at us, and when he does we finish this, Naruto said while standing up. It was a pleasure working with you all. I hope to hear from you guys again. Also, here's some information of members of the new Uzumaki clan in Konoha, just in case you guys want to start some shit with us. Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, Aka, Player 1, Perfect Kyuubi Jinchuriki. Sasuke Uzumaki Namikaze, Aka, Ravager, Sharingan Master. Sakura Haruno, Adopted Member, Aka, Tank, Master Medic. Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, Hakuyuki Uzumaki, Last Heir of the Hyutin Bloodline. Anko Uzumaki, Poison Mistress. Temari Uzumaki, Wind Mistress of Suna. Tenten Uzumaki, Weapon Mistress of Konoha. Teui Uzumaki, Jounin Level Genjutsu Mistress. Itachi Uzumaki, Sharingan Mistress. Tsunade Senju Uzumaki, Slug Seinen, Godame Hokage, Master Healer. Madara Uzumaki, Sharingan, Rinnegan Hybrid Mistress. Deidara Uzumaki, Explosion Mistress. Shio Uzumaki, Puppet Mistress. Yujiro Uzumaki, Perfect Nebai Jinchuriki. Shin Uzumaki, Priestess. Mikoto Uzumaki, Sharingan Mistress. Morio Uzumaki, Former Dark Demon. Amaru Uzumaki, Healer. Konan Uzumaki, only known user of Paper Jutsu. Akane Uzumaki, Kyuubi. Nagato Uzumaki, Akapane, Rinnegan Master Leader of AIM. Danzo Uzumaki, Mistress of Futon Jutsu. Minato Namikaze, Konoha's Yellow Flash, Yondaime Hokage, Harishin Master. Kushina Uzumaki Namikaze, former Kyuubi Jinchuriki, Chakra Chain Jutsu. I am Ikaraku Uzumaki, heir to Ikaraku Ramen franchise, Badass Chef. Riku Uzumaki, Aka Rikudo Senin, God of Shinobi, your god, your ancestor, creator of bloodlines. Jubai Slayer, creator of the Lob, creator of the moon, creator of the Biju, awesome lawyer, Rinnegan Mistress. Holy fuck. The Rakage said as his black skin went white, like everybody else's who had read the list. Well, I guess I'm forming an alliance with Konoha now, was the collective thought of all of the cages, minus Gaara who had already formed one. Pav, sorry, but the humor dies here for this chap. Divided by BGM, Cowboy Bebop, The Real Folks Blues. They are all dead. I couldn't help but mutter as I held my dying lover in a tight embrace. I sat on the roof of a building in utter disbelief. I could do nothing but stare at her bloodied form as the thunderstorm continued above us. How sad. And to think they would still be alive if you were more honest with yourself. Such a pity. She sure was a looker. I turned my head toward the source of the voice with a mixture of pure rage and complete self-loathing. The voice came from a boy with brown skin and short black hair. He looked exactly like me except his eyes were a frightening yellow, and he was covered in blood. Their blood. How dare you do this? I asked with false anger. I couldn't be angry at him because he was me. Whatever, now hurry up, accept me, and gain my powers. After all, that what you want, isn't it? The power to beat this game called life. The boy in front of me said with a sneer. Kun, you don't need him. The woman in my arms said with a small smile before coughing up blood. You never did. You made it this far without him. It was all of us together that got us this far. But I began as tears filled my eyes. No buts. It was you, me, the Naru twins, Ichigo and Thunder together. And even though we all didn't survive, I can at least do this for you. Please don't give that bastard the satisfaction of winning. And with her last ounce of strength, she lifted her gun to my head. What are you doing, you bitch? Came the unearthly roar from the boy in front of us. You will be able to find our souls later. They must be reincarnated eventually, right? I wonder if we will be reincarnated as heroes. My lover chuckled before pulling the trigger. Crack. ARGGH. I screamed in pain as a part of her soul. The most important part. The part of her that made who she was. Her persona was forced inside of my body. From the corner of my eye I could see my reflection in a nearby puddle, and looked nothing like my former self. My irises turned white and my hair did the same. I looked dead, but I knew I wasn't. Oh no, something better happened. Thanks to her, I was reborn. Heh, stubborn bitch gave up her soul for nothing. This changes nothing. You are me, so accept it. The boy yelled frantically as I shook my head sadly. Was I really that pathetic? Sorry, I began as I raised her gun to my head. But you are not me. I don't know who you are and I don't need a parasite like you. I never did. What are you talking about? You said so yourself. Life is a game, right? We believe the same thing because you are me. The boy yelled as he became pitch black and completely cloaked in darkness. All I could see was a shadow and those damned yellow eyes of his. I just looked at those bodies around me and allowed a tear to escape from my left eye. Life is not a game. And with that I pulled the trigger. It was at this moment where the old me died and the new me began my search for the souls of those who have died on this roof today by my hands. Izanami, I whispered as the image of my lover's soul appeared right behind me. Stop, you need me. With that one phrase, crimson hands appeared from underneath the shadow and pulled it down to nothingness, killing it instantly. Is that all, master? Already forgot about your last owner already, eh? I asked the spirit, who tilted her head in confusion. Whatever do you mean, master? I am thou and thou art I. Sai, let's go, Izanami, we have to go find the souls of those who died tonight. But why? Who are they, master? Old friends of ours. Let's go. It could take thousands of years, master, and I doubt the human lifespan is that long. Then we better start now, and don't worry about the lifespan. That woman over there turned me into a fool, and idiots don't die. Pov, end. White room. The game master woke with a fright as he sat up in his bed. Damn those memories again, I thought I had gotten rid of them long ago. Rebuke thought as he ran his hand through his hair. At least I managed to find Naruto and Naruko's souls at the same time. I shouldn't be surprised. Twins have a special bond, but for it to be strong enough to create two of the same reality. Also, Ikago's world is almost ready to change. All I have to do is wait for Zenjutsu to finish learning the technique. Rebuke stood up to get a cup of coffee, but stopped when he felt something warm in his heart. Yes, I know, Izanami, I'm nervous too about when they get their memories back, but will they hate me or not? Also, I still have to find her. Oh well, go back to sleep, Izanami, you need to be rested for tomorrow if you are going to train Zenjutsu again. Within Rebuke's soul. Master, after the Naruto endgame at the Uzumaki clan house. Well, that's that. Sasuke cheered as the clan finished their post-war party. The game is over and we can get on with our lives. Yeah, but I'm going to miss all the fun things we did together as a team. Sakura said as she leaned into Gaara. I just wish there was one more adventure. There is. Naruto spoke for the first time that evening. He had taken to sitting alone while the rest of his family partied. What do you mean, Naruto? Sasuke asked her husband as the room went quiet. This, Naruto said seriously as he set the hidden item, white headband, on the table. What is that, Naruto? Riku asked as she examined the item closely. The key to the final fight. It's the only way to completely return life back to normal. If we do not finish this, the game will just repeat from level 1 by sundown. Naruto said as everyone else in the room went pale. Then let's end this, Naruto shouted while standing up and throwing her sage coat on. Naruto just nodded. Let's. And with that everything turned a blinding white. Crap, I can't see, Sasuke yelled while Sakura had to refrain herself from laughing at the irony of that statement. BGM, Persona 3, Area of the Soul. When the light cleared, the Neo Uzumaki clan could see that they were in a coliseum at least 4 miles wide. The stands were in ruins but still seemed able to hold people. Do you want to activate the final fight? Yes, it's time to end this, Rebuke. Naruto yelled, finally fed up with the game. Choose a player to fight. I'll do it. After all, I am player 1, Naruto said before being engulfed in a flash of light. When he looked down, he noticed he was in his Hokage Naruto costume. Before he could say anything, he felt somebody leaning on him back to back. Quickly turning around, he saw Rebuke standing there with his back to him. Fine then. This is perfect. But you do realize if you fail this, you will have to restart this entire journey again, right? Rebuke said as Naruto glared. He's not doing this alone, Sasuke stated while activating her eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. Rebuke yawned before snapping his fingers. This caused the Uzumaki clan, excluding Naruto, to be transported to the stands. A force field was quickly generated in front of them, making the clan unable to interfere with the fight. BGM, Persona 3, Unavoidable Battle. Tell me, before you are forced to restart the game, why do you want to end it? Rebuke asked Naruto, who glared angrily. Everyone here has their own thoughts and feelings. They are living people, not toys. Life is not a game. Naruto yelled, not noticing the small smile on the game master's face. Rebuke just chuckled. Life is nothing but a big joke. People are born and they live their lives always trying to overcome the challenges life brings them. They try their hardest, but in the end they just die and reincarnate somewhere else without any memory of their past lives. The cycle continues until someone is finally able to beat it. Rebuke began as Naruto shook with more rage. Who do you think you are? Do you know why life works that way? Rebuke asked while ignoring the question. Not waiting for an answer, he continued. Because subconsciously we all fear what happens when we beat life, so the game has become the will of all mankind. We all fear death, but we cannot wait for the afterlife. This hypocrisy is what I'm talking about. That's not true. Where do you get off making such lies about lie? You don't even know who you are. Rebuke chuckled as Naruto went pale. What? You don't even remember me. But judging by the look on your face, I can tell that you instinctively remember me, don't you? What are you saying? You're not making sense. Naruto yelled as he felt his heart clench for some strange reason. This isn't the first time we've met. We were childhood friends in your first life, but then you died. Rebuke said with a chuckle as he tossed a picture to Naruto's feet. Naruto began, but he choked on his voice when he stared at the picture. He did not recognize the others in the photo, but the three that he did recognize left him breathless, for he was staring at a picture of him, Naruto, and Rebuke. Although his hair and eye color were different, he could, for some reason, instantly point out Rebuke. Dropping to his knees, Naruto could only ask, "How did I die?" Naruto was prepared for any answer, but the one he received. "I killed you." Naruto went paler. "What about Naruto?" Her too. Naruto saw red and lunged at Rebuke, who merely sidestepped the attack. Naruto could hear Naruto cry from the stands. He then turned toward Rebuke in anger. "Why?" Naruto roared as tears filled his eyes. Rebuke's smile became evil. "Isn't it obvious? Because life is a game, of course." Rebuke answered with a hearty laugh. "You bastard." Naruto screamed as he raised his hand. Snap. Crack. While Naruto looked at the action replay in disbelief as it split in half, Rebuke just shook his head. "I made that shit. Do you honestly think I'd let it work on me?" Naruto just glared more and entered his Nine Tails chakra mode and activated Sage mode on top of it. "That's what I wanted to see. Show me, son of man, can your will surpass the will of all mankind?" Rebuke asked while laughing loudly. He raised a gun to his head and pulled the trigger. Crack. Izanami no Akami instead of the usual white-haired maiden that normally appeared. Naruto saw a black-haired woman covered in a blinding white armor. The armor covered only half of her face, concealing the eyes from view. Her cheeks had red lines on them, making it appear as if she was crying blood. She had waist-length black hair and two ebony wings were sticking from her back. The armor showed her midriff, and her wrists and ankles had long white chains connected to them via cuffs. But the thing that Naruto was captivated most by was the pitch-black spear in her hands. "Come at me and show me how strong your will is, boy," Rebuke said condescendingly as he took a fighting stance. Naruto just glared and launched at him. On the battlefield, how? Madara screamed as he felt his life fading away, courtesy of the dagger in his heart. Naruto just shrugged. "I'm just blatantly better than you," Naruto answered. Behind him we can see a pale Sakura trying to revive an unconscious Sasuke, who had given up life as she witnessed the most terrifying thing ever. Naruto's final wife, Riku, the Rikudo Sennin, true god of Shinobi, slayer of the Jubai, creator of the log, etc., fell to her knees while gaping at our hero. "You're more pro than even I am," Riku screamed as she looked at the newest addition to the clan in fear. Flashback 8 hours middle of Fire Country. We see an expedition including Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, Naruto, Madara, Itachi, and Riku walking through a clearing. Suddenly Naruto smirked as he held both of Shisui's eyes in his hands and told Itachi his plan. Itachi looked at him with a raised eyebrow. "You want me to what?" Itachi asked her husband in disbelief. "I want you to put these eyes in a crow and force the crow into my body, and only allow it to activate when a certain condition is met," Naruto said with a smile that was scaring the fuck out of Sasuke. "Also preset the genjutsu to this," Naruto said while handing Itachi a piece of paper. Itachi read it and looked back at Naruto skeptically. "And you knew I could do this, how?" Itachi asked as Naruto pointed to the strategy guide. "Never mind. What's the condition you want to set?" Itachi asked while summoning a crow and fusing the eyes into its body. "Only allow the crow to exit when I see somebody who is 5 times stronger than I am," Naruto said with a smirk as Sakura jaw dropped. "Naruto ... You are aware that Riku is the only one stronger than you, right? And the only reason she's stronger than you is because she holds the motherfucking Jubai." Sakura yelled at Naruto, who suddenly gaped. "Son of a bitch, I forgot. Riku. Naruto yelled, getting Riku's attention. "Yes, I need to speak to the Jubai," Naruto said as the rest of the finishing off Akatsuki expedition gaped. Are you serious?" Riku asked in disbelief at his nod. She just had to ask why. "Because I wanted to join my clan like Nibai, Kyuubi, and Akain." At this Naruto raised her hand. Yes, Kyuubi says, and I quote, what the hell is he talking about? I never joined the clan and he can go fuck off. Naruto said and lowered her hand. Naruto just chuckled at her. Oh delusional Kaiu-chan, we both know it's only a matter of time before you join, like my version of you did. Naruto raised her hand again. Yes, Kyuubi says, and I quote again, fuck, he's right. And stop repeating everything I say, you idiotic little girl. And Naruto lowered her hand again. Thump. Madara, how the hell did this idiot even pose a challenge to you? Sasuke asked after she banged her head against a tree. Madara just got a sad expression on her face. It's my curse. It's been like this in every fight I've been in. Madara said despondently. Flashback, Naruto versus Hashirama. Give up, you bitch. You can't stand the might of the Kyuubi. Madara yelled from on top of Kyuubi's head while Hashirama fell to the ground in a bloodied mess. Any last words? Madara asked condescendingly as the first Hokage smirked. Yeah, take that bitch out, Tobai Nisan. Panicked Madara turned around in search of the younger of the Senju sisters, but found nothing. Realizing her error, she turned back just in time to see Hashirama, with a wooden bat held high, aiming at her head. Crack, thump. Now what to do with this oversized plushie ... Well, Maito-kun always did have a soft spot for foxes. The first thought with a sweat drop. Flash forward, Naruto versus Minako. Now we see Madara looking down smugly at a woman with shoulder-length blonde hair and blue eyes, who was dressed in a bloodied hospital gown. How do you plan to defeat me? You can't touch me and you have just given birth, Madara said with a chuckle behind her mask as Minako smirked. Good thing I paid attention in history class, Minako thought happily before yelling. Quick, get her Kushi-kun. Panicked Madara turned around and swung her kunai, causing her to become tangible. Daughter of a bitch, Madara screamed mentally as she saw a kunai fly past her cheek. Hidden jutsu, 1,000 years of death, racing inversion. Minato screamed as she shoved the blue ball of death up Madara's ass. Boom. Thump. Now what to do with this Bugs Bunny reject? Oh well, I'm sure Konoha will treat Naruto like a hero. I mean, who the hell disobeys a Hokage's dying wish? Minato pointedly ignored what sounded like an entire village sneezing at the same time. Flash forward, Naruto versus Naruto and Naruto. BGM. Marvin Gaye, let's get it on. You get the idea. BGM and flashback end. Sasuke just gaped at her ancestor, who was now in a fetal position crying for her mother. Anyway, Naruto began after shaking off his shock. Itachi, don't give me the crow yet. I don't want to waste it on the Jubai. So how the hell are you going to beat it then? Riku asked as Naruto smirked. Don't worry, just take me to your mindscape, Riku-chan, Naruto said to his wife, who shrugged. What's the worst that could happen? Riku asked herself. In Riku's mindscape, we find Riku and Naruto walking toward a cage. Riku suddenly panicked and tried to get Naruto from walking toward the cage. Naru-kun. Riku began with a furious blush on her face. I think you should wait before looking in the cage. Oh my fucking god. Bam, Naruto screamed before getting sent into a wall via nosebleed. Fuck, I was too late. About 10 minutes later, Naruto, who was blushing heavily, and Riku sat in an awkward silence. Finally Naruto spoke. So are you going to explain ... or am I going to have to ask? Naruto said while looking inside of the cage. What was in the cage was a tanned, black and purple-haired woman who was blindfolded and chained up and hanging in the middle of the cage. She had a ball gag in her mouth and stuff sticking in places that if I were to go into detail, this fic would get removed. It's not my fault. The seal just works that way, and the seal you made. Honestly, I was going to ask how you dealt with the Jubai who must be screaming at you in anger daily. Looks like I was right about the screaming part, it seems, but looks like it's not in anger. Riku, shut up. Anyway, undo this so I can speak to here ... My god, if Conan were here she'd probably ask you use the seal on her, Naruto said as Riku clapped her hands, undoing the chains, gags, and insertions from the demon. Naruto just shook his head as he watched the quivering mess in front of him. Thump, and that was Akane, who fainted in the seal after witnessing what happened to her pseudo-mother. I'm going to lord this over Akane forever, Naruto thought as he waited for the Jubai to get up. About 5 minutes later, what can I do for a worthless human like yourself? The Jubai said, smirking at Naruto, who stared back at her purple eyes that had 3 rings and 9 tomo impassively. Big talk for someone who was a quivering mess 5 minutes ago. You blush. You dare. Listen, what you do behind closed seals is your own business, but I'm not here to fight. Then what do you want? I want you to be my second to last wife. Riku quickly turned to him in surprise, as this was the first time he ever mentioned what his limit on wives would be. No, now be gone, human. What if I beat you in a challenge? It'd be amusing to see you try human, but I'll humor you. If you can beat me in a challenge, I'll join this clan of yours, the Jubai said with a smirk. Swear on your demon code. Whatever. Fine here. Naruto handed her a slip of paper. Curiously, she looked at it and soon regretted it. Fuck, you mad? Naruto asked with his best troll face. Yes, my friends, the Jubai has just lost the game. Rules of the game. Everyone in the world is playing the game. A person cannot not play the game. It does not require consent to play, and one can never stop playing. Whenever one thinks about the game, one loses. Losses must be announced to at least one person. Strategies. Possibly the most common strategy is to write down the game on a slip of paper and hand it to somebody. When the person reads the note, they have no choice but to think of the game. And, outside of Riku's mindscape. Platinum Trophy. Unlocked. Defeating the Jubai. Avatar unlocked. Jubai Chakra Naruto. Plus 999,999,999,999 Ryu. Characters unlocked. Jubai. Okay, the Jubai is now my newest wife. Now give me the crow Itachi. Naruto said, apparently not caring that he said the most epic sentence ever. Itachi just nodded dumbly and forced the crow down Naruto's throat. Okay, let's finish this. Naruto roared as they ran towards the Akatsuki hideout. Of course, the now fainted Sasuke had to be carried. Soon, I will get my final wife and then the world will know peace. Naruto thought evilly before shaking his head. I have to stop spending so much time around Nagato. At Akatsuki's hideout, Naruto and the expedition casually walked into the chambers of Akatsuki and stopped in front of three figures. The figures glared at a smirking Naruto before Madara broke out into an evil laugh. You think this is it? You think you've beaten me? Madara roared in insanity as Naruto yawned. Yeah, I think I did ... You mad bro? Naruto asked while tilting his head. Madara just glared more before signaling Kakuzu and Hidden to attack, which they did with a lot of hesitation. Really? Naruto asked while shaking his head. Riku just sighed and stepped forward with Madara-chan. Naruto, let us handle this, okay? Riku asked while she and the rest of the clan ignited in a blue flame. Naruto silently thanked Sakura for teaching the rest of the clan how to do an Aogi before nodding. Oh man, you two are about to be fucked. Naruto said a chuckle as the clan split into two groups, the Uchihas against Hidden, and Riku, Sakura, and Naruto against Kakuzu. Madara looked on in shock as everyone disappeared from view except Naruto, who stood proudly with a large grin. In the Uchiha Special Part 1 Itachi, BGM, Eddie Raff, Manjikayu in the eyes. Where the fuck am I? Your grave. Tsukiyomi Itachi whispered as the world turned red. Hidden looked around and saw that he was surrounded by cats that were covered in pastries, and after taking a closer look he noticed that they seemed to crap rainbows. What ... fuck ... BGM and BGM Nyan cat. Nyan. Arg, Hidden screamed as Itachi came into view. You'll be here for the next 72 hours. New. BGM and Uzumaki Special Part 1 Sakura. BGM Naruto OST 1 Strong and Strike. I'm not going to make this easy. Sakura roared as she punched him 5 miles away. Son of a bitch. Kakuzu screamed as he flew. Outside of the specials, BGM end. It doesn't matter what you do, Hidden and Kakuzu are immortal. Madara claimed with false bravado as Naruto laughed. Not even immortals can live through what I'm sure is happening to them. Enough talking, I'll make you pay, you damn demon brat. Bring it, bitch. And with that, Naruto and Madara charged at each other, the intent to kill clearly on both of their faces. Uchiha Special Part 2 Sasuke. Oh my fucking Jashin. There were so many rainbows, Hidden muttered while rocking in a fetal position. After getting out of his funk, he noticed that he was at the Valley of the End. Looking up, he saw a bad storm happening around him. You know, I almost feel sorry for you, Sasuke said solemnly before charging at Hidden with a Chidori in both hands. Oh, it's just the runt of the clan. I can take you, bitch. Hidden yelled, swinging his scythe. BGM Eddie Raff Wartime. Just as the two met in the middle of the valley, Sasuke blocked the blow of the scythe with one of her Chidori while shoving the other through Hidden's chest. Hidden looked at her with an evil expression. Bitch, do you honestly think that would kill me? No, but this will hurt, Sasuke replied while jumping back with her left hand still covered in lightning. Tyran, Sasuke roared as Hidden looked at her in confusion before paling when he felt an enormous amount of chakra coming down at him. Hidden managed to think one thing before the lightning beast hit him. Fuck. Boom. Before Hidden could even twitch, he was slammed against the side of the statue of Madara by a flaming purple hand. Opening one of his eyes, he barely made out the form of Susanoo before a flaming black blade was shoved through his stomach, causing him to be covered in a black flame. Next, he felt his body get repeatedly shot at with what he assumed were flaming arrows, and for the first time in years Hidden was scared. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, he felt the fire disappear from his body, but he could feel that the wounds were still there, and he looked up at a smirking Sasuke. "Good news is I won't kill you," Sasuke said with a gentle voice as Hidden almost wept in joy. "Bad news, the next woman might." And with that, Hidden's world went black. BGM end. Outside of specials, Madara was glaring at the now golden Naruto, who was forming seals. He tried to stop him, but every time he attacked, Naruto would just disappear in a flash and continue forming the seals. "Quit running. Make me Titebeo." Uzumaki Special PT2 Naruto. Kekuzu pulled himself out of the rubble and stood up while bleeding profusely. "Damn, she took out one of my arms. I don't see her anymore, so I should be on Guar." His thoughts were cut off as he felt a punch to the face that was followed by more all around his body. "What's hitting me? I can't see a thing." BGM Naruto Shippuden OST2 Gekkaha. "You hurt Titeben?" a voice asked. Looking up, Kekuzu noticed he was surrounded by 10 flaming Narukos that were smirking. "Don't worry, I'm using a lot of chakra, so I'll end my part quick." With that, 9 of the 10 Narukos flashed at him with a planetary Rasengan in their hands. Fu. Boom. As Kekuzu flew into the sky, he found the final Naruko in the sky above him. Looking closer, he noticed that she must have launched herself a few thousand feet into the air. In the sky. "Let's make this quick, Kaio-chan." Of course, Naruko. And with that, they changed into a giant flaming 9-tailed fox that was quickly gathering chakra in its mouth. With Kekuzu, "Well, here goes another heart," Kekuzu thought despondently. BIJUDAMMA. BOOM. And then the world went white. BGM end. Outside specials. "What are you doing? Do you intend to die?" Madara screamed frantically at a panting Naruto who exited his 9 tails chakra mode. Dead demon consuming seal. Naruto gritted out as a monster-like figure appeared behind him. Uchiha Special Finale. BGM Eddie Wrath Madara. Hidden found himself in a clearing at nighttime. He was scared and confused, until he saw the giant claw land next to him. "Fufufu, looks like I get to fight along Kyuubi-sama again like old times," came a voice from on top of the head of the Kyuubi. Hidden slowly turned around before stopping and glaring at the raven-haired female. "Fuck it, I don't care anymore, just do it if you got the ball." "Chomp. Sigh no fair. Why are my fights anticlimactic?" Madara yelled in frustration as the Kyuubi shook its head before transforming into the form of Akane. BGM end. "I don't know, but I believe that it's time for me to get some payback, bitch." Aogi Akane growled as Madara turned white. "Sorry, no, that won't cut it, you owe me. So be grateful that I'm going to be gentle human," Akane said before her glare transformed into a gentle smile, confusing the hell out of Madara. BGM Marvin Gaye, let's get it on. "Seriously, Sai, I see where this is going," Madara said with a shake of her head, relieved that she wasn't about to be eaten. Well, at least not lethally. BGM end. Uzumaki Special Finale. Kekuzu was trying to sneak behind a sleeping Riku in an attempt to take her out before she got his last heart. Right when he got behind her, he felt cold steel on his neck that stopped him from delivering the final blow. "You're supposed to be a shinobi. Sai, let me show you how it's done, boy." Looking down, Kekuzu saw that person he was looking at was beginning to fade from view. "Shit, Genjutsu," Kekuzu thought angrily. "No, it was speed, you insolent brat," Riku said before removing the kunai and placing her hand on his back. SHINRATENSEI. Boom. BGM Naruto Shippuden OST2 Kokyudan. When Kekuzu landed, he was rewarded with a kick to the face, and while he was in midair from the blow, he heard her speak. "One of my 3 foundations of the ninja is Taijutsu. Show me what you got, kid." Riku landed 2 devastating punches to Kekuzu's face before hitting with a roundhouse kick to the head. But before he could fly away from the blow, she grabbed his arm and planted her other foot into his face, using him as a springboard to launch herself into the sky. She looked him in the eyes before his world went black. BGM end. -10 years later, Kekuzu was reading his daughter a bedtime story. He had gotten married and given up his life as a missing nin after Riku spared his life. He sighed contently as this new life was what he learned was very important to him. He had decided to open an orphanage and vowed that his current heart would be his last, and that he would live this last lifetime with his wife and die a happy man. Before he could leave his daughter's room, she called out to him. "Papa, yes, my little angel. I ran into a woman today, and she wanted me to tell you something, Papa." "What did I tell you about talking to strangers?" "I know, but it sounded really important, and she said that it would make me a better ninja like my papa used to be." Chuckling, Kekuzu turned to his daughter with a raised eyebrow. And what is this? Another of her foundations for the ninja is Genjutsu. Suddenly his daughter developed an evil smirk as he grew pale. Krek, BGM, Naruto Shippuden OST2, Kokyutan. Looking around he noticed he was lying down, heavily wounded, in front of a smirking Riku. You bitch my family, what have you done? Kakuzu yelled at Riku, who just smirked at him. Calm down, it was just a Genjutsu, Riku said, enjoying the look of despair on Kakuzu's face. Kill me. No. And with that Riku raised her hand at the mentally broken Shinobi Bancho Tenin, bringing Kakuzu to her. She grabbed him by his neck and put some of the Jubis chakra in his body. That should keep you from dying for now. Shinobi Foundation number 3 Ninjutsu. Chibakutnsi. Riku roared as she tossed Kakuzu in the center of a second moon. Shinratnsi. Using the Jubai's chakra, she sent the new moon into space where it orbited in the opposite direction of the first moon. Sigh, have we really fallen? He didn't even notice that the earth was infused with my chakra. It really is a shame. The Jubai commented from her seal as Riku rubbed her head in annoyance. That's it, I don't care who gives birth first, but I'm training Naruto's first child, so that we can have real shinobi again. That would be for the best. By the way, yes, assume the position, I need stress relief. Yes, mistress. Ninjas have become too weak. Looks like my daughters, or in this world sons, failed me. Riku thought before putting her hand into a seal. Katsu, Riku exclaimed as she watched the moon explode. Be grateful that I let you die. And with that Riku disappeared in broad daylight. No shunshin, Genjutsu, speed, or chakra at all used. Like a ninja, BGM, and outside specials. The expedition came from a crack in the air, and the first thing they saw was Naruto standing in front of the Shinigami. Are you ready to die, human? The Shinigami asked Naruto, who was glad he used the Shinigami translation cheat, nodded. The first one to stop gaping was Riku, who began to yell at our hero. What the hell, why are you going to kill yourself? What about peace and your last wife? You are too young to be giving up like this, especially when I can kick Madara's ass no problem, you dumbass motherfucker. Riku yelled at a smirking Naruto. BGM, Naruto Shippuden OST2, RENKAI. Don't underestimate me, Riku. Naruto yelled in pain as he forced himself to turn around and glare at the Shinigami. Hey old bony and ugly, look at me. Naruto roared as a black crow escaped his body. I have to be careful, I only have 2 of Shisui's eyes, so I have 2 commands. What do you want, mortal? Smirking, Naruto stood his ground underneath the oppressive aura of the Shinigami. As one of the crow's eyes turned into its Mangekyo form, he began. First, I want to tell you that you would probably make a good-looking girl, why don't you try it out? Naruto suggested as Sasuke gaped. The son of a bitch isn't. Sasuke's thoughts were mirrored by everyone else. I probably would. The god of death thought before changing into a young woman with snow-white hair and a blinding white robe that hugged her body in all the right places. She had pale skin and her eyes were bright blue. Everyone gaped more. Secondly, I'm sure we could fall in love with each other and drink lots of coffee. Naruto finished as the bird on his shoulder's eyes transformed back into the regular Sharingan. The bird forced itself back into Naruto's body as he fell to the floor, his body now incredibly bony. I bet we could, Shinigami thought as the skin on her cheeks gained a little color. But how is it possible when you are going to die? Don't worry about it. With Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, nothing is impossible. Naruto flashed her his famous grin before his eyes began to close. Remembering what she was doing, the Shinigami stabbed Madara in his heart. Naruto's soul left his body and was about to be taken by the reluctant Shinigami when +1 life used. Naruto's soul shot directly back to his body, which soon returned to its physical peak. Standing up, ignoring his gaping family, he looked down condescendingly at Madara. How? Madara screamed as he felt his life fading away, courtesy of the dagger in his heart. Naruto just shrugged. I'm just blatantly better than you, Naruto answered. Behind him we can see a pale Sakura trying to revive an unconscious Sasuke, who had given up life as she witnessed the most terrifying thing ever. Naruto's final wife, Riku, the Rikudo Sennin, true god of shinobi, slayer of the Jubai, creator of the log, etc., fell to her knees while gaping at our hero. You're more pro than even I am, Riku screamed as she looked at the newest addition to the clan in fear. Platinum trophy, beating the game, unlocked. Plus 999,999,999,999 Ryu. Avatar, Shinigami Naruto unlocked. Final boss available. Congratulations. BGM end. As the Shinigami finished eating Madara's soul, it began to pout. Tilting his, Naruto asked, What's up? I'm used to eating 2 souls so I feel a little empty. Naruto quickly turned to Sakura. Hey, don't you have a date with Gaara? Paling Sakura stood up after Sasuke regained consciousness. You're right, see you guys later. Sakura ran out of the hideout as Naruto gained an evil smirk. Okay, now that she's gone, let's fill you up, Shinigami-chan. Naruto cheered while undressing along with the rest of the clan, including Sasuke, who finally stopped giving a fuck. With what? Just a certain little drink. Hit it, Marvin. BGM, Marvin Gaye, let's get it on. And the shinobi world finally learned peace. About 3 hours later. Fuck, yes Naruto, that's what we're doing, Sasuke said sarcastically as Naruto stopped mid-thrust and glared at her. Though what I mean is ... we forgot to add Karin, Naruto exclaimed as the clan stopped their various positions. Oh well, came from Riku as the clan resumed breaking the goddess of death. Next, final battle versus Rebuke. Bonus content. Rebuke stood in front of a screen with a sheepish smile before he began his speech. Because I am re-uploading this chapter, I have decided to give bonus information for those of you who began my life as a game series from the first arc. Rebuke went to his closest and began to throw things out. Some of the items were a PlayStation 6, Xbox 1440, and a Nintendo Z. Here it is, Rebuke yelled while holding up a folder and opening it. Naruto, life is game. Bakuto X, life is a game. Life is not a game. And that's what I've got so far. Crap, I need something to do while I watch my past because I doubt Bleach will be enough. Rebuke began before Izanami walked into the room. Master, I've gotten your mail from Twilight, Izanami said while handing her confused master a package. Rebuke carefully picked up the note. Yo man, hey, I found this lying in the ruins of an old orphanage. It had your address on it, so I decided to mail it back to you. J14 Agent. Rebuke felt a cold chill run up his spine at the word orphanage. Shaking his head, Rebuke opened the package and pulled out what looked like an old baseball bat. Suddenly, Rebuke gained a wide-eyed look. Flash, ears, Ascension City. BGM, Cowboy Bebop Ost, Call Me Call Me. A small black-haired boy was crying in front of an orphanage. Hey kid, what's the matter? Looking up, the boy saw a black-haired teen with a white band strapped around his left arm. Looking closer, the small boy was openly gapping at the teen as he saw the symbols X7 on the band. Why, you're a member of... The boy began before he was cut off by a smack to the head. Shut up, Brad, don't you know you can get in trouble for speaking of my organization? The small boy looked down with tears filling his eyes. Sigh, now tell me what's wrong, the teen asked as he sat down next to the boy. I lost my bat ... It was the last thing my parents gave me before they died, the little boy answered as the teen turned him around. Where did you see it last? It was taken from me by a mean policeman who said gutter trash don't deserve to have fun. The boy did not hear the teen next to him growl. Hey kid, what's your name? Sniff T. Takashi Kamuro, the boy answered while wiping his eyes. Go on inside, I'll go with one of my friends to help you get your bat, the teen said while standing up. Hey Rebuke, what's taking you, man? Turning around, Rebuke saw an orange-haired boy and a pair of blonde twins walking toward him. The orange-haired boy had a wooden sword strapped to his back, and he was wearing a black muscle shirt, black cargo pants, and a pair of black fingerless gloves. The twins were both wearing a black hoodie, cargo pants, and black fingerless gloves. All three had the same white band strapped onto their left arm. Oh hey Ichigo, looks like we got another mission, Rebuke said while cracking his knuckles as the twins smirked. Alright, they said in unison as Ichigo pulled out his wooden sword. Where to? Ichigo asked while doing a few practice swings. The police station, and with that the four walked away, leaving a wide-eyed Takashi behind. About 5 hours later, the four walked into the cafeteria of the orphanage covered in blood and bruises. Looking around, Rebuke spotted the boy from earlier and walked toward him. Hey kid, this yours? Rebuke asked, handing the speechless boy a golden bat. Next time the police mess with you, I want you to hit them with it and run to the address I carved into the bat. It'll be like fighting a zombie. Zombies don't exist, Takashi said with a large smile while swinging his bat around, making the four teens smile. Yeah, I guess they don't ... Good luck in life. After the four leave. Oh man, that was so cool. I can't believe we got to meet X7 in person. A girl squealed as Takashi looked back down at his bat. I want to be as brave as them when I get older, Takashi murmured, causing a girl next to him to roll her eyes, as if that would ever happen. The girl yelled as Takashi turned to her with a pout. Why you gotta be so mean, Ray? Flash end. I wonder how that brat is living in his new life, Rebuke thought before switching on the TV and gaping after he saw what was on. Take this, you undead bastard, a black-haired teen yelled while smashing a zombie with a baseball bat. Rebuke smirked more and more the more he watched the show. This will be interesting, Rebuke thought as he scribbled something down in the folder. HOTD, life is a game. After the Naruto endgame at the Uzumaki clan house. Well, that's that. Sasuke cheered as the clan finished their post-war party. The game is over and we can get on with our lives. Yeah, but I'm going to miss all the fun things we did together as a team, Sakura said as she leaned into Gaara. I just wish there was one more adventure. There is. Naruto spoke for the first time that evening. He had taken to sitting alone while the rest of his family partied. What do you mean, Naruto? Sasuke asked her husband as the room went quiet. This, Naruto said seriously as he set the hidden item, white headband, on the table. What is that, Naruto? Riku asked as she examined the item closely. The key to the final fight. It's the only way to completely return life back to normal. If we do not finish this, the game will just repeat from level 1 by sundown, Naruto said as everyone else in the room went pale. Then let's end this, Naruto shouted while standing up and throwing her sage coat on. Naruto just nodded. Let's. And with that everything turned a blinding white. Crap, I can't see, Sasuke yelled while Sakura had to refrain herself from laughing at the irony of that statement. BGM, Persona 3, Area of the Soul. When the light cleared, the Neo Uzumaki clan could see that they were in a coliseum at least 4 miles wide. The stands were in ruins but still seemed able to hold people. Do you want to activate the final fight? Yes, it's time to end this, Rebuke, Naruto yelled, finally fed up with the game. Choose a player to fight. I'll do it. After all, I am player 1, Naruto said before being engulfed in a flash of light. When he looked down, he noticed he was in his Hokage Naruto costume. Before he could say anything, he felt somebody leaning on him back to back. Quickly turning around, he saw Rebuke standing there with his back to him. Fine then. This is perfect. But you do realize if you fail this, you will have to restart this entire journey again, right? Rebuke said as Naruto glared. He's not doing this alone, Sasuke stated while activating her eternal Mangekyou Sharingan. Rebuke yawned before snapping his fingers. This caused the Uzumaki clan, excluding Naruto, to be transported to the stands. A force field was quickly generated in front of them, making the clan unable to interfere with the fight. BGM, Persona 3, Unavoidable Battle. Tell me, before you are forced to restart the game, why do you want to end it? Rebuke asked Naruto, who glared angrily. Everyone here has their own thoughts and feelings. They are living people, not toys. Life is not a game, Naruto yelled. Not noticing the small smile on the game master's face, Rebuke just chuckled. Life is nothing but a big joke. People are born and they live their lives always trying to overcome the challenges life brings them. They try their hardest, but in the end they just die and reincarnate somewhere else without any memory of their past lives. The cycle continues until someone is finally able to beat it. Rebuke began as Naruto shook with more rage. Who do you think you are? Do you know why life works that way? Rebuke asked while ignoring the question. Not waiting for an answer, he continued. Because subconsciously we all fear what happens when we beat life, so the game has become the will of all mankind. We all fear death, but we cannot wait for the afterlife. This hypocrisy is what I'm talking about. That's not true. Where do you get off making such lies about lie? You don't even know who you are. Rebuke chuckled as Naruto went pale. What? You don't even remember me? But judging by the look on your face, I can tell that you instinctively remember me, don't you? What are you saying? You're not making sense, Naruto yelled as he felt his heart clench for some strange reason. This isn't the first time we've met. We were childhood friends in your first life, but then you died, Rebuke said with a chuckle as he tossed a picture to Naruto's feet. Naruto began, but he choked on his voice when he stared at the picture. He did not recognize the others in the photo, but the 3 that he did recognize left him breathless, for he was staring at a picture of him, Naruto, and Rebuke. Although his hair and eye color were different, he could, for some reason, instantly remember point out Rebuke. Dropping to his knees, Naruto could only ask, how did I die? Naruto was prepared for any answer but the one he received. I killed you. Naruto went paler. What about Naruto? Her too. Naruto saw red and lunged at Rebuke, who merely sidestepped the attack. Naruto could hear Naruto cry from the stands. He then turned toward Rebuke in anger. Why? Naruto roared as tears filled his eyes. Rebuke's smile became evil. Isn't it obvious? Because life is a game, of course. Rebuke answered with a hearty laugh. You bastard. Naruto screamed as he raised his hand. Snap. Crack. Naruto looked at the action replay in disbelief as it split in half. Rebuke just shook his head. I made that shit. Do you honestly think I'd let it work on me? Naruto just glared more and entered his 9 Tails chakra mode and activated Sage mode on top of it. That's what I wanted to see. Show me, son of man, can your will surpass the will of all mankind? Rebuke asked while laughing loudly. He raised a gun to his head and pulled the trigger. Crack. Izanami no Akami instead of the usual white-haired maiden that normally appeared. Naruto saw a black-haired woman covered in a blinding white armor. The armor covered only half of her face, concealing the eyes from view. Her cheeks had red lines on them, making it appear as if she was crying blood. She had waist-length black hair and 2 ebony wings were sticking from her back. The armor showed her midriff, and her wrists and ankles had long white chains connected to them via cuffs. But the thing that Naruto was captivated most by was the pitch-black spear in her hands. "Come at me and show me how strong your will is, boy," Rebuke said condescendingly as he took a fighting stance. Naruto just glared and launched at him. In the stands, Naruto screamed as her head was filled with memories that she wasn't sure were her own. Sasuke could only watch in disbelief. "What the fuck is going on?" Sasuke whispered in horror as Madara went to go try to help the girl she now considered his sister, despite originally attempting to kill her. "I don't know, but if Naruto doesn't kick that bastard's ass, I will," Madara muttered as her Sharingan flashed angrily. Battlefield. BGM and BGM, the Almighty. Crack, Rebuke said as he felt an influx of power course through his body. Naruto gathered a large amount of chakra in his hand as Rebuke raised his gun a second time. Crack, Racing Shuriken. Rebuke muttered as Izanami shot a wave of lightning from her left hand that quickly overpowered the jutsu and forced Naruto to flash out of its way. BOOM. Naruto gaped at the destruction and confusion. "How Racing Shuriken is wind. It should have overpowered your lightning," Naruto yelled at Rebuke, who was smirking at the blonde's distress. "True, but doubles my magical power for a short amount of time, enabling me to overpower your technique," Rebuke said before raising his gun and pulling the trigger just as Naruto flashed away. Crack. Damn. Naruto managed to land a devastating blow to Rebuke's face just as he pulled the trigger. Rebuke was sent flying through the air by the force of the punch and slammed into a nearby wall. Cough, Rebuke gasped out as Naruto flashed in front of him, fist reared back. Before Naruto could land another hit, however, he was hit by the back of Izanami's spear and quickly found his body getting weaker. Glaring at Rebuke, Naruto released another punch at his face, only to completely miss. Rebuke, using the blonde's confusion to his advantage, slammed his gun into Naruto's face, making the young ninja stumble backwards. "How did I miss and why couldn't I dodge the hit?" Naruto asked groggily before falling down on his back. "Lowers your attack, defense, and hit evasion rate by 40% for a short amount of time," Rebuke said while holstering his first gun and pulling out a second one. "He's knocked down, I can hit him with an all-out attack," Rebuke thought before putting a clip into his second gun while jumping into the sky. "Suck it," Rebuke yelled before releasing his bullets. "Bam bam 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 bam." Naruto screamed in pain. Looking closer at the second gun, Naruto's eyes widened. BGM and Flash. "So what are you going to do with that gun?" Naruto asked a black-haired female, who smirked before turning towards a sunset. The two were on top of a building, along with 3 others, as the day slowly faded into night divided by. "With this gun, I will make this world burn, and from the ashes a better world will take its place with us as the rulers. This horrible place has taken so much from us, and I believe it's time for us to take back. That is if you all will stand by me," the raven-haired woman asked while Naruto stepped forward with a smirk. She was wearing a black hoodie, black cargo pants, black fingerless gloves, and on her left arm was a white band with the symbols X7 embroidered with a scarlet thread. "You know X7 always sticks together no matter what, T-Tabane." "She's right," a black-haired Rebuke agreed as Naruto and an orange-haired boy nodded, all 3 wearing the same thing as Naruto. "Then tonight we'll celebrate my ascension to leader, and tomorrow we begin our conquest to destroy the ugly, but still, beautiful world," the raven-haired woman said before throwing on a large black overcoat, with X7 in bright red on the back, and jumping off of the building as the rest followed. Flash, and BGM, Persona 4, ill-face myself. What was that? Naruto thought before pulling himself out of the ditch he was in once he felt his strength return. Suddenly he felt himself get pelted with similar memories as Rebuke launched himself at Naruto while pulling out his first gun and holstering the second. Naruto looked at Rebuke with tears in his eyes, causing Rebuke to hesitate, before glaring and jumping back as an orb of black destruction was forming in his hands, making Rebuke curse. "Damn, I thought he had remembered and I let my guard down. I can't let that move hit me," Rebuke thought while raising the gun to his head. Crack, Rebuke shuddered as he tried to pull more energy from the skill while shakily raising the gun a second time. Krek. Rebuke gasped as he felt blood drip from his nose as Izanami flew above the battleground and gathered a majority of Rebuke's remaining energy into her hands. The ground beneath Naruto shattered as he finished gathering his chakra. In the stands, Naruto, who had regained her memories, fell to her knees as she watched two of the most important people to her fight to the death. When she looked up, she paled when she realized what Izanami was doing. BGM and Flash, Nissan, were surrounded by soldiers from "There is no way we can be this many," Naruto yelled as she and a black-haired woman were surrounded by 100 soldiers clad in high-tech armor. "The others won't get here for 10 more minutes. We can't win. We have to give up." Smack. "Shut up. If we were taught anything from it was to never give up," roared as she pulled a silver gun to her temple, making Naruto's eyes widen. "She can be serious. She's too tired. At the most she could probably take out 10 in her condition," Naruto thought before glaring at her angrily. "You think we stand a chance? Are you a fool?" Naruto yelled in disbelief. "Krek, yeah I am. Now watch," stated before covering Naruto with her body as blood came from her nose. Naruto's vision was enveloped in purple. DOOM, excluding Naruto, and there were no survivors. That day the members of X7 vowed to never give up ever again, a lesson that they swore they would keep, even after their deaths. Flash and BGM Persona 4 I'll face myself. On battlefield, BIJUUDAMMA. Naruto roared as he released his technique at Rebuke. But right before it connected, an explosion of purple erupted from Rebuke, colliding with his technique. BOOM. Give up. Rebuke roared from the epicenter of the purple blast. "Never," Naruto yelled with his arms extended towards the explosion. In stands, "This is insane," Sakura screamed as the force field protecting them began to crack. Even Riku and the Shinigami were wide-eyed at the display of the two. "So this is the power of a human's will. Interesting, but who will win?" Shinigami wondered to herself as her and everyone else's vision went white. In a plane of white, Rebuke ... "What happened to you?" a sad Naruto asked as Rebuke holstered his gun. "Life. I always kept saying it was a game, that I would beat it, and I did, but at what cost? I lost my friends ... my family ... her, and what do I have to show for it? Lousy immortality and to be forever alone. You idiot. What about Izanami? She is her last gift to you, and you sound like she's only a tool." Naruto roared as Rebuke's eyes widened. "I don't blame you for my death. I doubt anyone does, but I'll never forgive you if you spit on her memory," Naruto yelled before running at Rebuke with his arm cocked back. "Fine, then we'll find out who's right now," Rebuke yelled while mirroring Naruto. When they met each other, they both landed a devastating punch on the other's face. BGM and on the battlefield, BGM Naruto Shippuden Ost experienced many battle. Rebuke stood over the down Naruto with a grimace before turning away as he looked at the Uzumaki clan, or more specifically Naruto, and the Shinigami. "You see, no matter how much power a member of X7 gets, we can't beat this damned game," Rebuke yelled while raising a gun to his head. "We will just lose anyway. Please, Shinigami-sama. I'm tired of fighting ... let me die," Rebuke yelled with tears in his eyes. "Boy, you have been through a lot, but I can't stop your curse. You'll just have to try harder to beat it." The Shinigami began before getting interrupted by a furious Rebuke. "Harder? That's impossible." "Silence, boy. Nothing is impossible. You humans just haven't unlocked all of your innate capabilities ... One day, once you children of man have figured it out, we will be on equal ground. Sigh, if you really believe that bullshit, that's on you. Krek, I'll just have to make Naruto restart until he can beat me. How many times will it take, I wonder? 100 or 1,000? Rebuke said with a grim chuckle. Rebuke muttered as he turned to watch the crimson hands grab Naruto and drag him into nothingness. Poof. BGM interrupted. BGM Naruto Shippuden lightning speed. What? Rebuke thought in disbelief before the ground cracked underneath him and Naruto came out, hitting him with a vicious uppercut, sending him into the air. "I won't let you," Naruto began while grabbing Rebuke by the neck. "Decide how I live," Naruto finished while punching Rebuke repeatedly into the ground. "Let me decide, Bam, when I want to give up life, Bam, but until then, Bam, work on getting that stick out of your ass, Bam, and remember who you are." Bam. Naruto finished the Game Master with a hard headbutt to the face, knocking him out instantly. "Son of a bitch. That hurt," Naruto thought while rubbing his head. Hidden Platinum Trophy unlocked. Life is not a game. Rebuke defeated. Game end. BGM end. About 10 minutes later, Rebuke awoke in pain, and when he opened his eyes he found himself surrounded by the Uzumaki clan. Standing up, he wincing when he saw them tense, he turned to the Shinigami. "I guess there is hope after all," Rebuke admitted as the Shinigami smirked when his still-summoned persona huffed and handed her 200,000 Ryu. I guess this is goodbye. Stay strong. I will need your help on Judgment Day, Rebuke said, and was about to cancel Izanami's summon. Before stopping, he powered turned Izanami no Akami back into Izanami and turned to her. Let's get home, Izanami. Maybe I can teach how to cook, he said with a chuckle as his white-haired companion's eyes widened. Hey, make sure Ikugo gets his ass in gear. I wanna spar with him again, Naruto yelled to Rebuke before adding. And get a job or something. Being cooped up in one room can't be healthy, making Rebuke turn to Izanami in annoyance. Did you have to tell him that? Sorry, master, but it is true. You need a hobby. Rebuke just got a thoughtful expression. Fine, I'll open up a store or something in Karakura. Now let's go, we have another member to find. And with that, Rebuke and Izanami disappeared from the world of Shinobi. White Room. Looking down on the planet where the Uzumaki clan resides, Rebuke saw a dark aura vanish from the small blue orb. Gazing happily at the planet's returned beauty, Rebuke could only sigh contentedly. The curse has been lifted from them and now the souls of the dead can go into the afterlife. Their game has been beaten, Rebuke said happily before glaring at a pitch-black orb. Now to deal with souls here. It's been corrupted so long that the Shinigami believe that the Soul Society is the true afterlife. BOOM. Izanami, you do not put tinfoil in the microwave. Sorry, master.
So this was the end of the series. If you wanna watch more series like this, subscribe to my channel. Till then, we weeb offline. So this was it for today. I will continue the story in next part. Till then, we weeb offline.